Hello everyone, welcome to this series on literary terms and literary theory. If you want to study the notes and MCQs related to this term, you can click the link given in the description. We are also going to start our online and offline classes for UGC NET for English literature very soon. So stay connected with us. In this video, we will discuss the term discourse analysis. Introduction. Discourse analysis, a field of study that emerged in the 1970s, marks a departure from traditional linguistic and philosophical approaches to language analysis. While traditional linguistics often focused on isolated units of language, such as individual sentences or words, discourse analysis is concerned with the use of language within the broader context of a running discourse. It considers language as it occurs over a sequence of sentences involving the interaction between the speaker or writer and listener or reader within a specific situational and cultural framework. Influences from scholars. The emphasis on discourse occurring within specific cultural conditions and under particular circumstances is influenced by the work of various scholars. Hans-Georg Gadamer's hermeneutics highlights the importance of understanding language within the broader cultural context. Michel Foucault's concern with institutional conditions and power structures informs the examination of how certain statements gain authority and acceptance as truth. Clifford Geertz and other cultural anthropologists contribute to the understanding of linguistic meanings rooted in the social forms and practices specific to a cultural community. H.P. Grice, Implicature and Communicative Presumption. In literary studies, discourse analysis gained momentum with the work of speech act philosopher H.P. Grice, who introduced the concept of implicature to account for indirect meaning in discourse. Grice explores how listeners are able to identify the illocutionary force of an utterance even when it lacks an explicit indicator of intention. For instance, the statement, "Can you pass the salt?" is understood as a polite request even though it takes the form of a question. Grice's communicative presumption suggests that language users share implicit expectations, such as the assumption that an utterance is intended to be true, clear, and relevant. When an utterance appears to violate these expectations, listeners interpret it within a suitable context to make sense of it. Shared knowledge and experience. Discourse analysis also considers the role of shared knowledge and experience between the speaker or writer and hearer or reader. The effectiveness of communication depends on the intentional use of language, adherence to linguistic and cultural conventions, and awareness of how meaning varies with the specific situation and type of discourse. Application in literary criticism. In literary criticism, discourse analysis has been applied to the examination of dialogue in novels and dramas. The goal is to explain how characters and readers infer meanings that may not be explicitly stated. These inferences are rule-governed, relying on shared assumptions among users and interpreters of discourse. Discourse analysis has also led to reanalyses of traditional topics in literary narratives, including point of view. Conclusion. In conclusion, discourse analysis has revolutionized the study of language and literature by shifting the focus from isolated linguistic units to the broader context of communication and interaction. By exploring how discourse occurs within specific cultural conditions and under particular circumstances, discourse analysis enriches our understanding of meaning and interpretation in both everyday language and literary works. So this was the discussion on the term discourse analysis. If you have any doubts or questions, you can ask in the comments section. We will meet in the next video and discuss some other term. Until then, goodbye and thank you.